Hello traders, this is the Zigzag Man, and today I'm going to talk to you about all the different ways you have at your disposal to find good stocks to trade, either day trade or swing trade. And one of my favorite sites where I learned quite a bit about what I know about how to read stock charts is stockcharts.com. Now, first of all, anytime during this video here, you can pause it so you can write down these URLs, the addresses to these websites I'm going to show you. I've got quite a few of them up here on tabs here. And first of all, let me explain what my criteria are for good stocks to day trade or swing trade. First of all, the price has to be over $10 a share, anywhere between $10 and $25 a share, and the average daily volume must be at least 1 million shares traded per day on average. I like to go a little higher, but I will not trade anything that is not $10 per share and doesn't trade at least 1 million shares per day. Now, generally $10 to $25 and 1 to 5 million shares traded a day is my general safe zone. I don't like to trade anything more expensive than that because I like to buy at least 1,000, maybe 2,000, sometimes 5,000 shares if I'm sure the trade will work. Now, stockcharts.com, right here on the home page, has a list of currently popular stock charts. These are the ones that most people come in here and they'll type in a chart here, like, Yahoo, that's YHOO, and they'll get the chart, and that's how this cloud here, this ticker cloud, is formed by popularity. Okay, and they also have a fairly decent stock scanner. It used to be one of my favorites until I found the FinViz site, which is the one I'm going to show you next. And how that works is right here you click on free charts. Over here in the right column, about halfway down, you'll see other tools. You click on predefined stock scans. It'll forward you to the predefined stock scan page. And basically, I only trade stocks on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange because the Amex stocks are generally very low volume stocks, and the TSE and the CDNX are foreign exchanges. TSE is Canadian. Okay, so what you're looking for, once you learn my technical indicators that I use for swing trading, it's the CCI, stochastics, and the MACD. So let's go with the bullish MACD crossovers. You'll click on the number 23 right there, and the first thing you'll do is look in the volume column. You do not want to trade a stock that has 90,000 shares a day. Okay, you are looking for something over 1 million, and there's one at 3 million right there. That's Avis Budget Car Rentals. That's a good one. It's a $11 stock at 3 million shares. Coca-Cola, $54, too high. Good volume though. Okay. Let's find a good one to take a look at here. Well, let's go with budget car rental. Well, let me back up here for a second. You are going to click in the far left corner column here where the blue and red graph is. Click on that. That'll bring up a chart, and you will see the MACD crossover right here. Okay, this one's not really quite hasn't happened yet. The histogram is breaking above 0, but the fast and slow line haven't broken above. But look what happens when the fast and slow line breaks above 0, and the blue part, the histogram, also rises back above 0. This is the kind of move you can expect. Okay, from 950 to 1350. Okay, so that's just one of the many ways you can scan for stocks. This one's a little cumbersome. It's also limited. but it used to be the best one I knew of. But now my favorite one is from the finviz.com website. Here's their homepage, finviz.com, and right there on the homepage you've got a list of stocks that are top gainers, new highs, unusual volume. If you put your mouse over the ticker symbol, you'll get a chart for each one. Okay, and basically you're looking for volume here, you're looking for a good price, ITMN. Okay, and if you click on that, it will take you to their fundamental analysis page. I don't like to use their lines here, so I'll just click on candle because I always use candlestick charts. And as you can see, it gapped up from about $14.37 to about an open of $24 on good FTA news. But basically what you're looking for is the fundamental analysis page, where you can show it's up a week, a month, over the quarter, the half year, the year. It's got all of the information, the share structure, institutional and insider ownership, return on investment, ROA, ROE, all the EPSs, earnings per share information. Does it pay a dividend? No. Just all kinds of information, upgrades, downgrades, all of the news. Just news goes back quite a way, so you can research it. There's a little blurb about what the company does, and then there's insider transactions, what the insiders are doing with this company. Are they buying? Are they selling? If they're buying, they believe in the company, and if they are selling, they probably have some problems. Okay. And another way you can find what's going on is with the heat map. The heat map will show you every stock, the different colors. I can't get this on my screen because I can't roll up that far, but every color, Monsanto had a down day, so did Qualcomm. ExxonMobil was up, dark green. It was up quite a bit, but the lighter green, the lighter the green it is, the more it was up. The darker the red, the more it was down. Black is basically unchanged. Okay, so from FinViz, my favorite site, you can get all kinds of, and on the heat map itself, if you see one that's up 2.17%, you got to double click on it and it will take you to the fundamental analysis page for that stock. Okay, now the next one is Yahoo Finance. If you scroll down, of course you can read the news, you can see what the indices are doing, but if you scroll down in the left column, it will tell you just a few of the stocks that are bullish or bearish. Okay, if you click on them, it'll take you to their page with, and if click on any one of these in the left hand column, and it will give you like key statistics, where you can, this is very much like the FinViz page, where you have the volume, it pays a dividend, EPS, EBITDA. I cover all of this in a separate lesson, but the Yahoo Finance homepage has news. You can trade off of news. In this area here, it's got the most recent headlines. Okay, Investors Hub is my favorite stock market message board, and this is their home page here. If you scroll down on the right side, you will have the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ percent gainers. Look at the volume, look at the price. They're all good prices, and most of them are well above 1 million shares. You also can go to the NASDAQ over here and do the same thing. Good volume, decent prices, a little bit high there. Okay, you can also look at what the top trading forums are. Go to the big board stocks, see what they're talking about there. Okay, So that's my favorite message board. I also belong to a number of other ones, like the Online Traders Forum, where basically this is the home page here, where you can see what Jim Cramer's saying, see what Fast Money, these are both CNBC shows. You can look at what the traders are talking about. Okay, here's a post I made on ITMN, where it takes you to my my blog, and I have a very long, detailed blog post about ITMN and why it moved $11 on Friday. You know, we've got all the fundamental information, insider buys, upgrades, downgrades. I do some charts. There's the option chain for the option players, and then I have a 9-minute video that describes the charts. The next good one is thelion.com, which is also a stock market message board, and right here in the right hand column you can see the percent gainers or percent losers, and these are all there's my ITMN right there. These are all the big gainers and stocks to watch on Monday. If you go to stocktwits.com, this site, it's 2 in the morning where I am right now, so it's not real active, but when the market is open, this thing is just scrolling by with everybody's picks, their trades, what they're doing. This is a great site to see what other people are actually trading in real time. It moves a little bit too fast for my tastes. I don't generally pay much attention to that site. Another good site is traderstalk.com, and if you go to the Fearless Forecasters section, these are all the stocks they're talking about here. So that's another good forum to see what other traders are trading. This is the Silicon Investor stock market message board, and right here in the left column it has the SI sentiment rating of what most people on Silicon Investor are rating as very active and stocks that can be traded very well. Okay, there's also news here. There's all kinds of charts. Now, Ticker Spy is a fantastic place to track other people's portfolios. Yes, I am logged in. Let's see what I have here. Okay, here's my portfolio. AAA. I believe that's mine. Yes, that's my portfolio there. But basically you can track other people's portfolios, and they have institutional traders here. They have lots of very good retail traders here. It's a very complex site. It takes a while to get used to it, but this Ticker Spy is a very good place to find out what other traders are trading. But I also forgot to mention the screener at finviz.com. This is the best screener I have ever seen. Let's say you're looking for a stock on the NASDAQ. Okay, it refreshes every time you click on something. Let's say I like technology and I know a lot about internet information providers. Okay, I'm looking to trade only in the United States. I want my price to be above $10. I want an analyst recommendation of a buy or better. Okay, I don't want more than, let's say 15% of the float being shorted. I want average volume of 500,000 to 10 million. I don't care about earnings. I'm not too concerned about the micro cap. So here are the two stocks that are coming up as a buy or better that aren't being shorted in the category of my choice, at the price of my choice, and at the volume of my choice. Okay, so what you'll do here is mouse over the ticker symbol. It'll give you a chart. Google at $564, a little too expensive for me, so I like Akamai. It's always been one of my favorites. That will take you to their fundamental analysis page, which I already explained. You know, upgrade. That was back in March. So you've got to notice the dates of these upgrades. But you know, look at the performance over the week, the month, the quarter, the half year, the year, year to date. You know, look at the chart. It's a beauty. I've always loved playing that stock. You've got news, you know, lots of insider activity. How recent though? February 23rd. Lots of options being. The green is buys, red are sales, whites are option exercises. So basically that gives you a pretty good idea of all the places you can go to find out what other traders are trading, how to screen for stocks. You know, this FinViz scanner it's fairly complex, but once you get the hang of it, it's really very useful. You know, you really get to specify. It's much better than the stockcharts.com stock screener, in my opinion. And the parameters you can set, you know, you can have presets, you can just type in a ticker, you know, all kinds of new high, unusual volume, you know, just all kinds of things. Type in a ticker here, it'll take you right to, but that, you know, that kind of defeats the purpose of a scanner. So this is one of the best places you'll be able to go if you want to look for yourself and do your own parameters. But all of the other places I mentioned are great places to find out what other traders have a great interest in, because that's what you want. You want a lot of volume. You want a lot of interest, because when volume falls off, the share price usually falls. So that's about it for this quick lesson on where to find good stocks to trade. I want to wish you all happy trading from the Zigzag Man.